Hello everyone, it is All Things CS, and today I'm going to be talking about the Yarnberry tutorial for getting a Gitlab package from the package registry. We will not be using the npm-rc this time, but instead the Yarnrc.yml. Additionally, I'm going to get into the Yarnpkg Builder as well. Here is an example of what I will be using. Instead of using the npm-rc format, I will be using the Yarnrc.yml. And this can be nice if you like using Yarn in particular. And in the past, we used npm-rc, which made it so that we had to complete a source of a bash file every time we wanted to use Yarn or npm for installing packages. Additionally, the Yarnpkg Builder, I felt like didn't have that great of documentation, and I didn't see any videos or such that showed how to set up a plugin for Yarn 2. I had to do some digging and looked through some other people's trouble with this and figuring that out. So that's how I was able to work this out, as well as some troubleshooting on my own. All right. And this is the Yarn plugin stuff here. Let's get started. Okay, we have our terminal here. I already started a file, so I'm just going to open up VS Code. You can use whichever terminal you like. I do not discriminate. All right, let's do a yarn init. Perfect. Just enter through all that. Okay, and then we're going to do yarn set version berry. Now yarn 2 is called Yarn 2 or Berry. I did some reading on it, and basically Yarn 2 was kind of a rehaul of Yarn 1, and they just kept building on it, and eventually it became version 3. As you can see, Yarn V. This is actually version 3, not version 2 of Yarn. And so I'm just going to call this Yarn Berry because I feel like Yarn 2 can be kind of confusing because we're not actually using version 2. So yeah, Yarnberry it is for this video. All right, we are going to be using this Yarnrc.yml to get our React component that we made in another video. And I will link that down below. And so in that video, I made a GitLab package, and I used npm-rc to get that package and do all that stuff. But today we are going to use this Yarnrc.yml to get that package. Okay, I'm just going to copy this one. If you're working project level or instance level, just choose whichever one you need. This one works fine for me right now. I'm going to use this, and going to copy it in. Now I'm doing this. I'm going to chat a little bit about why I'm doing this. Okay. Well, first, this is the scope. You may have remembered that from previous. So all things CS, that's going to be the same name as I have in my name right here, all things CS, and it's going to be lowercase. It's case sensitive. If you make this uppercase, it will not work. And then your gitlab.example, coolcompany.com, whatever, whatever your GitLab instance might be. I'm just working off of gitlab.com, so I'm going to get rid of the example. But that can be whatever your company, your situation is. And then we're going to have our token here. Now, we don't want to just put our token in here, right? We want to variabilize this, okay? And that's what we were doing before. But as you may remember, if you watch the other videos, we had to source a bashrc file every time we wanted to do anything. Yarn, yeah, it was a pain, right? See? It's going to say environment variable not found. And so you may ask, well, why is this any better? That is a great question. The reason this is better is because we can put this in here, colon, and then dash, and now voila, we can use commands without doing a source. But we will want to source and put a variable in there so we can get our React component. But I'm just showing you that this is a nice way to skip having to source every single new terminal you open. That's one thing downside to the npm-rc that I did not like. All right, we're going to just make a bash rc and then do an export, which is how we're getting our variable here. Just do token equals, or assigned, I should say. And we're going to get a variable. And I will be removing this after I'm done. So all you sneaky people that might try to use this variable, make your own, use your own, of course. Don't try to steal mine. All right, now we are going to get this package. And this is what it's called. Just copy this. And right now, just so you know, I'm in my my account here, my GitLab account, okay, and I'm clicking on the package registry. Go here. This is where it stores the packages, okay, in case you didn't know. And this settings, that's where I got my variable. I just stored it there just so I have it, because once you create, not a variable, the token, I stored the token there as a variable because, well, once you create the token, you can't get access to it, so I like to store it there just for keepsake. All right, so now that we got that, and we're going to source this, bash rc, and copy this in, and there we go. We have our berry component. As you can see, we have all things CS right here, and if we happen to, oh no, close out this thing, we don't have the source anymore, we can still yarn add styled components, and there we go. We have styled components there as well. And that is the great thing about this, being able to use this. And yeah, it's better in a way than the npm-rc. Now, this won't work, like if you're wanting to still be using npm for things, this isn't your path, okay? I'm sorry, but yeah, this is for Yarn people. Now, what do we want to do? We want to use the Yarnpkg Builder, okay, to build a plugin for this. All right, let's do it. Okay, things first, we're going to want to do yarn add d at Yarnpkg Builder and TypeScript. I think that's what it is. Let's just double check. We don't need the TypeScript part, so just get rid of that. Okay, and it is installing pretty fast. All right, and you will notice that now we have the Yarnpkg Builder in here. What do we do now? In their documentation, it shows to command for scaffolding for new plugins, okay? Builder new plugin, okay? Now, I don't believe that's the best informative way to tell people how to do that. Now let's try this. Run, I don't know, I don't think this is plugin. Plugin builder. Okay, yeah. Well, that worked. All right, let me explain this for a little bit. This yarn run builder new plugin is builder new plugin is that first part. Okay? But what they don't explain is that you need to add the name afterwards. It's not going to work if you just put this. So I feel like their documentation is definitely lacking there. They need to update it, unfortunately. that's how it goes sometimes. It's a busy world in development, and sometimes you don't have time for everything. All right, now we're gonna do our stuff in here, okay? So we're gonna cd into plugin builder, and if you do yarn, you're gonna notice that, oh my goodness, it doesn't seem to be wanting to do its stuff here. And let's just try yarn install. Still no worky. And so what is going on here? Like, what is up? And what I noticed is that you got to put a yarn lock in here, and that should fix everything. Yep. And I don't know why the builder doesn't put that yarn lock in there, if that fixes the problem. I don't know if I'm just doing something really wrong, but I don't think I am. And there probably should be that yarn lock in there. I believe that this is a rather newish thing, possibly. I mean, their documentation isn't all here, so I would guess that it's kind of new. So, yeah. But just so you know, you have to put that yarn lock in there. And then from this point on, I believe what we want to do is look in here. Let's look at our scripts. Yep, there's a build, so it sets up the scripts for you. It does that, so that is nice. And so what we should be able to do now is just do yarn build, and you're going to notice that it makes this bundles file. Yeah. And where does that come from? It comes from right here. We're going to have our index.ts, okay? And let's just discuss this for a second here before we go any further. Why are we doing this? Well, the reason is because you cannot import things if you are making just a regular plugin. You have to have this builder. You have to have it built for these plugins to work. You can't make Yarnberry plugin with external dependencies. You have to use this Yarn Builder package to do that. So that's why we're doing it this way. Let's get out of this. We built our plugin, and let's use it. So I'm going to clear this out here. In fact, I will go to here just to give you a bigger screen. We're going to just do a yarn install, so you'll be able to see everything. Look here, look here. So I want you to take note of that. And now we are going to import this plugin into our Yarnrc.yml. Okay, and I'm just going to need a little refresher here. Yarn plugin import, and then we put our path, okay, to the plugin.js. All right. We want to have yarn plugin import, do a // and then have your path here. The easiest way to do this, right click, copy relative path, and it should be this one right here. Click enter, and then it will import this plugin for you. And as you can see, we have it right here. Plugins, path, and then right there. And so when we do a yarn install, do you notice anything different? Right here. What a great install, am I right? And it's not right there. And if we go back to our package, we can see it console logged this message right here. And so that's how you can create a Yarnberry plugin. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any questions or you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Have a good one, everyone.